In this guide, I'm going to show you how to enable the Downpay cart embed. The cart embed enables these two subtotals that you can see here, an amount due today and an amount due later. We're going to also be placing them to make sure that they're in the right spot, and I'll show you how to do that as well. First, you want to navigate to your online store inside your Shopify admin and click Themes. I'm going to be editing it on my live store, so I'm just going to customize here. And then what we want to do is go into the app embed section here, and we'll see, all the different app embeds on the store. You can search here for Downpay if there's lots appearing, and then you want to toggle this on. You can also click on it, and there's a couple fields here that you can customize. We'll be using the HTML element field to adjust the placement of the Downpay cart, just in case you don't like where it appears. Sometimes it may not appear depending on the theme that you're using, and we can kind of force it to appear using the HTML element. So to test it, we're going to add a product to our cart. It looks like I already have a product in here, but if you need to add a product, just find one in your store that has a deposit option on it, and then click Add to Cart. So that's one way of doing it. Alternatively, if you already have a product in your cart, you can just navigate to the cart page through here or directly through the icon here. And so as you can see here, it appears pretty nicely without me having to do anything. This is because we are pretty optimized with the Shopify themes here, so we're looking for the right place to put it. I'm happy with this. I'm going to hit save, and I'll be able to see it on my published theme. Now, if I want to change the placement of these two subtotals, what I need to do is figure out an element that I want to place it relative to. So let's say I want to place it, for some reason, underneath the checkout button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my live store just because it's easier to load this up. And I'm going to right-click the element that I want to inspect and click Inspect in your browser. And so here I can see that the button is, it has an ID of checkout and it has a couple classes on it. So I can either use the ID of checkout as the element to insert relative to, or even one of the classes. It just has to be unique so that we place it in the right location. If you're using IDs, what you're going to do is you can copy that ID and you're going to place it in here, and you're going to add a hashtag to the beginning of it. And if you are using a class, so instead of the IDs, we're going to use a class, you're just going to change it to a period and the class name here, not checkout, because that's an ID. So for now, just to illustrate things, I will just leave it as checkout. And as you can see, it does some funky stuff here. Might not be the best placement for it, but what we want to do is play around with these insert positions here. That'll help us determine whether there's a really good spot to place it. And it's not looking like that at all. It's pretty gross. So we potentially want to find a different location for it, maybe under the estimated total line. Looks like I want to take this whole totals line, and I'm going to try using totals in here. So that's a class, so I'm going to do the period, and that's great. Looks like it appears. I can shift it to before or after. Obviously it was already here to begin with, but just illustrating the point here. And then we're happy with the placement. We can hit save, and that will obviously make sure that it's published. We can also adjust the CSS of the element or adjust the naming here. So these two fields here dictate the text before the price that's calculated. So if we want to change it to just due today with a colon maybe, and then maybe remaining balance, we can do that and it will update accordingly. So definitely up to you on how you want to run it with your themes. You can also turn off the currency code as well if you prefer not displaying those, depending on how your theme is set up. So that's it.